Welcome everyone to another episode of Retro Wrestling Reviews. Fredo Esparza here, and this week we look back at World Class Championship Wrestling's June 12, 1982 show. Before we get to the review, be sure to click that subscribe button. We'll have more wrestling show reviews as well as the Lucha World podcast and other content available on this YouTube channel. This episode of World Class Championship Wrestling was taped on June 4th, 1982 at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. This was the first part of the WCCW Fritz von Erich retirement show, also known as Star Wars Super Bowl of Wrestling. Bill Mercer and Jay Saldi were on commentary. First match on the show was Wild Bill Irwin beating Ken Mantell. Ken Mantell took down Bill Irwin a few times with a series of arm drags to open the match. Irwin tried to get a forearm on Mantell, but Mantell used his speed to escape. Mantell got Irwin with a wrist lock takedown. Mantell kept taking Irwin down with some arm drags. Mantell missed an elbow drop and Irwin then followed and missed one of his own. Mantell continued to counter every move Irwin tried. Bill Irwin then tossed Mantell into the ropes and Mantell got a near fall with a roll-up. Mantell went with a leg takedown on Irwin and again back to an armbar. Irwin tried to gouge Mantell's nose, but Mantell stopped him and started to go to work even further on Irwin's left arm. Irwin shoved Mantell once again into the ropes and caught him with a jumping kick. He followed with some more big kicks and punches at Mantell. Irwin told the fans chanting Chauncey to shut up. He dropped Mantell onto the top rope. Irwin then continued his attack. Wild Bill trash-talked Mantell, who made a comeback with an uppercut. Irwin then mounted a comeback of his own with a karate chop. He slammed Mantell into the top turnbuckle and used the top rope to choke Mantell. Irwin whipped Mantell into the ropes and hit him with a knee lift into the midsection. Irwin bragged a bit and Mantell tripped him up a few times. Ken Mantell continued to beat on Irwin and slammed him into the top turnbuckles. He followed with a backdrop off the ropes and got a 2 count on Irwin. Wild Bill got Mantell into the ropes and punched him. He followed with a slam, but he couldn't keep Mantell from landing on top of him for a 2 count. Irwin recovered and attacked Mantell and caught him with a backbreaker. Irwin only got a 2 count. Wild Bill followed that up with a running body slam on Mantell and then went for the running knee drop, but Mantell moved out of the way. Mantell then kicked at Irwin's left leg and then went for a step over toe hold on Irwin. Irwin then kicked him off and Mantell landed on the outside. Mantell got back in the ring. Corner reversal with Irwin missing a jumping knee into the corner and hitting the top turnbuckle. Mantell went for the toe hold again. Irwin kicked him off and Mantell hit the corner and then dropped down to the mat. Irwin covered him for the pin and got the win. That was then followed by the $10,000 Body Slam Battle Royal, which was won by Andre the Giant and included Al Madril, Wild Bill Irwin, Bugsy McGraw, Jose Lothario, T. John Thibodeau, and the Spoiler. The match started with a brawl around the ring. The Spoiler was the first one body slammed by Andre the Giant, and their first one eliminated. Bugsy and T. John brawl outside the ring. They got back into the ring. Andre then slammed Jose Lothario to eliminate him. Madril then punched Irwin. McGraw struggled to pick up T. John. Irwin and McGraw double-teamed T. John Thibodeau and body slammed him for the elimination. Andre then got Irwin with an atomic drop. He chopped and headbutted him. Andre then body slammed Irwin to eliminate him. McGraw attacked Andre and tied him up onto the ropes. Al Madril ran over to help Andre the Giant. He punched McGraw a few times. McGraw body slammed Madril for the elimination. Andre the Giant then got out of the ropes after being caught in them to face Bugsy McGraw. McGraw threw some punches and kicks at Andre the Giant. He tried to slam Andre as Armand Hussein yelled some words of encouragement to him. McGraw headed to the outside and got himself hyped up. He punched at Andre and tried to slam him, but Andre landed on top of him. Bugsy quickly rolled to the outside to talk to Hussein, who told him he had to slam him. McGraw got back in the ring and shoulder tackled Andre with no result. He went for another shoulder tackle at Andre the Giant, but Andre caught him and body slammed him. Andre then body slammed Armand Hussein as well. That is how Andre the Giant won the $10,000 Battle Royal. That was then followed by Kerry Von Erich and Al Madril being interviewed by Bill Mercer. They talked about being the NWA American Tag Team Champions and defending the tag team titles everywhere. Kerry talked about traveling all over the world and how much time he and Madril were together and training and even going to church together. Madril mentioned that the Magic Dragon sleeper was a chokehold. Kerry mentioned that they've been working on counters to the Dragon Sleeper. That was then followed by Bugsy McGraw being interviewed by Bill Mercer. McGraw talked about giants like Andre the Giant and T. John Thibodeau. He said people are looking for heroes and said people lead mundane lives. He said those people cheer for the men that they wish they could be and said they are all greedy. Mercer thought McGraw wasn't all there after the interview ended. That was then followed by the Great Kabuki and the Magic Dragon defending the All-Asia Tag Team titles against David Von Erich and Kevin Von Erich. That match was started off by the Great Kabuki and Kevin Von Erich. The announcers mentioned Kabuki was battling with an injury from a match he had earlier in the week against Fritz Von Erich. Kabuki caught Kevin with a hard chop and tagged in the Magic Dragon, who kicked and chopped at Kevin while also screaming. Kevin responded with a hard chop off the ropes and was then able to tag David Von Erich. David with a knee lift at the Magic Dragon, who backed away. The Magic Dragon got David in a side headlock. Quick work off the ropes with David catching the Dragon with a dropkick and an arm drag. He got the Magic Dragon in an armbar. That was then followed by the judo chop by the Magic Dragon, but David ducked it and caught him with an arm drag and into an armbar. David then tagged in Kevin, who got in a punch on the Magic Dragon. Big elbow to the back of the Magic Dragon by Kevin Von Erich. That was then followed by a drop kick, and Kevin continued with some knees into the midsection in the corner. Kevin then went for the Iron Claw, but the Magic Dragon blocked it as the crowd cheered on for Kevin Von Erich. He finally was able to get the claw on the Magic Dragon's abdomen. The Magic Dragon, with some hard chops across Kevin Von Erich's face, was able to get away and tagged in the Great Kabuki. Kabuki and Kevin went back and forth until Kevin charged at Kabuki and got him with a kick. Judo chop by Kabuki followed by a nerve hold on Kevin's shoulder. Kabuki kept Kevin down on the mat with a nerve hold as David tried to get the fans to start cheering louder for Kevin Von Erich. Kevin with some elbows into the midsection. He got caught with a chop by the Great Kabuki and again went back to the nerve hold. Kevin with more elbows and a drop kick at Kabuki, who was able to tag in the Magic Dragon, who quickly was able to tag Kevin before he reached David. The Magic Dragon was able to get Kevin in another nerve hold, which Kevin was able to break and tagged in David Von Erich. David with a knee lift on the Magic Dragon, back and forth between the two. David arm dragged the Dragon and then followed with a head scissors. He was able to beat on the Dragon for a bit before he whipped him into the ropes. However, the Dragon grabbed the ropes and David missed with a drop kick. The Magic Dragon then went for his patented spot where he climbs up the rope, does a somersault, and into a kick at David Von Erich. He went and did that. He went back to getting David in a nerve hold under his armpit. They exchanged punches and chops before the Dragon was able to tag in Kabuki. David whipped Kabuki into the ropes. David moved out of the way of the Magic Dragon, who headed into the corner where Kabuki was and did his flip off the ropes and fell. Kabuki then jumped over the Magic Dragon with a knee to David. Hard chopped by Kabuki on David Von Erich. Kabuki went back for the nerve hold under David's armpits. David Von Erich with a knee at Kabuki, and he crawled to his corner, but Kabuki tagged in the Magic Dragon in time for him to stop David from reaching his brother. He goes back to the nerve hold under David's armpits. Hard chops thrown by the Magic Dragon at David. Kevin tried to get involved and was taken away by the referee. They kept attacking David in their corner. David Von Erich got in a few knee strikes at the Magic Dragon on the ropes. He then tried to go to his corner, but the Dragon grabbed his foot. David kicked him off and was able to tag in Kevin, who came in on fire. Hard chops by Kevin at the Magic Dragon. Kabuki came in and Kevin caught him with a crossbody block for the pin, but the Magic Dragon made the save. Kevin landed a knee across Kabuki's face. He went for the Iron Claw on Kabuki. He was able to get the claw on Kabuki, but Kabuki poked Kevin's eyes. Kevin then tagged in David and he continued to tag Kabuki. A big knee by David on the Great Kabuki. More knee lifts by David, but the Great Kabuki tagged in the Magic Dragon. David accidentally ran into one of the referees. The other referee, Branko Lubick, turned his attention to check on him. The Magic Dragon knocked down David and then went for the Dragon Sleeper on David Von Erich. Kevin tried to make the save. The Great Kabuki ran in. David tossed the Magic Dragon over the top rope. Referee Branko Lubick didn't see it happen. David then grabbed hold of the Magic Dragon and covered him for the pin. Lubick counted the pin. However, the other referee, Nick Roberts, saw that David Von Erich had thrown the Magic Dragon over the top rope and thus reversed the decision. The Great Kabuki and the Magic Dragon won were able to win the match and retain their tag titles, as that being thrown over the top rope was an automatic disqualification for the Von Erichs. So this was a good episode. Of course, this was part 1 of World Class Championship Wrestling Star Wars Super Bowl of Wrestling Spectacular, also Fritz Von Erich's retirement show. The best match on the show was a tag match. The Battle Royal was pretty short, and the concept was a little quicker to get through, with guys being eliminated via body slam. And I felt it went much quicker than your normal Battle Royals. And there's some fans who are into Battle Royals. I mean, I think if you're a kid growing up in the 70s, 80s, or, back when it was something that was more of a novelty, I think it was a far more entertaining thing. Also because of the whole spectacle of guys trying to eliminate Andre the Giant. I thought that was the spectacle of the whole Battle Royal concept back then. The Irwin and Mantell match was okay. Lots of heat for the tag match. I really thought that was a really good tag match. And like I've said a few times, I've really enjoyed watching the Magic Dragon. And this, I believe, was the first appearance of David Von Erich on a world-class TV show in 1982, since he was mostly wrestling in Florida at this point in time. He was working as a heel, and every episode that they would talk about him returning to world class, it was always them mentioning that he was in Florida and having a lot of success there. So this was a fun episode. I think for part 1, I think obviously having the Von Erichs in the main event and then Andre the Giant in the Battle Royal, that kind of made it a special episode. And I'm sure a lot of people back in 1982 were really excited about watching this show. I didn't think like I said, I thought it was a good episode, but it wasn't as strong as you would have hoped. But it's the way they placed the matches, and also it's Battle Royals aren't my thing, but I did enjoy the tag match, and I thought the opening match was pretty good as well. Not great, but just a pretty good TV match. That's it for this review. Be sure to subscribe to the Retro Wrestling YouTube channel, and we'll be back again soon with more reviews.